Assalamu alaikum. I am Amina Haider, lecturer, Institute of Business Studies. I am here with the screencast of Introduction to Business course. Course code is BS111. This is lecture number 16, and the topic that we are going to discuss today is formation of a public company. Let's move towards the topics. These are the topics that we are going to discuss in our today's presentation. We will discuss the promotion stage in the formation of a joint stock company. We will discuss incorporation stage, subscription stage, and commencement stage. So moving towards our first topic, that is the promotion stage. Like we discussed in our previous lectures, that a joint stock company is a form of organization which is capable of drawing or which is capable of mobilizing a large amount of capital, and it has the provision of limited liability for owners and affording professional management to conduct its business. So the promotion stage is the very first stage to establish a new company. A new company is said to be established when it is registered under the Company Ordinance, and which we know the Company Ordinance is 1984. So we registered it under the Companies Act. So the formation of companies involves various legal formalities and activities. Promotion stage is the very first stage in the formation of a joint stock company. Like we discussed in our previous lecture, that the responsibility for the formation of a joint stock company is taken by the promoters. So promoters are the one who undertake the task of formation of a joint stock company. It starts with the conception of ideas. The promoters they actually do the basic work for starting of a commercial or an industrial business on corporate basis. So promotion is the discovery of ideas, and it also involves the organization of funds, how you are going to get the funds, and you have to decide about the property and skill that is necessary for that business, uh, and the purpose is to earn income. So in the promotion stage, promoters have to think about the nature and production of company's business. Then they have to do detailed investigation. So after deciding about the idea about the nature of business, promoter go in preliminary investigation, and they make out plans as regard to the availability of capital. They make plans regarding to the means of transportation. They make plans regarding to the means of labor. uh, they make plans regarding to the availability of electricity, gas, water, etc. So here they are actually doing the feasibility analysis. In feasibility analysis, the promoters who are undertaking the feasibility analysis for the new venture, both from the existing and potential viewpoint, promoters undertake different tools like they would perform SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is the strength, weakness, opportunity and threat analysis. So basically do internal analysis and external analysis, and they also perform competitive analysis. Competitive analysis is actually a strategy where you identify your major competitors and you research your products and sale and marketing strategies. So, when you perform such analysis, you can create a solid business strategies that is distinguished from that of the competitor. So here the promoters are being assured of the potentiality of the business, and promoters then go further. The next step is assembling different factors. After making preliminary investigation or the initial investigation, the promoter starts accumulating various factors in order to assemble them. They would arrange different licenses, they would arrange the copyrights, they would decide on the employment which is going to be necessary for the employees, etc. Capitalization. The promoter also decide about the capital sources of the company. They would see that they want to raise the capital through shares, or they want to issue debentures, or they want to take loan from somewhere. So they have to decide upon the capital they need for the formation of a joint stock company. So, in order to put that idea into action, they work out the ways through which capital can be generated. In the promotion stage, the promoters also prepare the essential documents which are necessary for the formation of a joint stock company, and it is essential because the act make it the pertinent document for the formation of a joint stock company. These documents are memorandum of association, article of association and prospectus of the companies. The promoters carrying out all these activities give the company its physical form by giving it a name and sanctioning of capital issue. Okay, the name should be a distinguished one. Uh, the public company should use private limited word with it, and the promoter also decide the name. They submit the name in black and white for clearance in the registrar office. The next stage is incorporation stage. In the incorporation stage, the promoters need to prepare and they have to file a number of documents. They have to submit a statutory declaration and they have to uh, give a declaration about the qualifying shares. So, in incorporation stage, the promoter has to go through certain steps. The very first step is that they have to collect the registration form and they have to file it up. They will collect the registration form and other papers for a fee from the registrar office. Then they should fill up it by themselves or should take the help of a consultant or advocates. The next that they have to submit the filed up form with fees and certain documents in the registrar office. They will submit the document which is memorandum of association. They will submit the article of association. They will submit the proposed capital structure of the company. They will also submit documents related to the list of directors who are willing to work with the company and also the amount of share they are going to purchase. They are going to submit a declaration regarding the proposed name of the company. They will also submit a declaration by any of the director, that is signed by any of the director, that the proposed company has followed all the rules and regulation according to the Companies Act 1984. When the registrar being satisfied on the papers submitted for the proposed company issue, they will give them a certificate of incorporation. On getting that certificate of incorporation, the private company can then start their business, but the public company has to go through another steps to start their business. The next stage is subscription stage. In the subscription stage, the prospectus is going to be issued inviting the general public to subscribe for the shares. So after the company is incorporated, the next stage is to raise the necessary capital. In case of a private limited company, funds are being raised from the members or through arrangement from banks and other sources. In case of a public limited company, the share capital has to be raised from the public. This involves that you have to this involves the preparation of a draft of the prospectus and get it inspected by Security and Exchange Commission to ensure that all the information given in the prospectus fully complies with the guidelines which are laid down by the in the Company Ordinance 1984. Then they have to file a copy of the prospectus with the registrar of the companies. Issue of prospectus to the general public by notifying in a newspaper and inviting the public to apply for the share as prescribed in the prospectus. Here, one thing is to be kept in mind that every public limited company must have to show that adequate funds have been raised from the public. So when the company gives the offer to the public to subscribe its share, it must ensure that minimum number of shares must be subscribed by the investor. This is called minimum subscription, which is 90% of the total number of shares offered to the public. If the application money received is less than the minimum subscription, then the company must return all the application money of the investors and it cannot start its operation. So, to avoid this risk, the share issuing company may appoint underwriters who undertake to buy the shares if these are not subscribed by the public. The underwriter perform their job on commission basis. This process of appointing underwriter to ensure the minimum subscription of capital is known as underwriting. The next stage is the commencement stage. Here the company has to submit certain declaration in order to receive the commencement certificate. The declaration that needs to be submitted are a declaration that share payable in cash been allotted. So like we said that the commencement stage is mostly the stage of submission of certain declaration. So the very first declaration is that they have to submit a declaration to the effect that shares payable in cash they have been allotted up to the minimum number of subscription. Then they have to submit a declaration that all the directors, which we said in the incorporation stage, that they will subscribe certain number of shares with their name when they first agree to work with the company. So in the commencement stage, they will give a declaration that every director who has agreed to work with the company has paid in full amount of the shares payable in cash. They also have to make a declaration to the effect that no money is liable to be repaid to the applicants for shares or for the debentures which have been offered for public subscription. So such declaration has to be submitted. Then they have to make a statutory declaration has to be submitted that has to be submitted by one of the directors or the secretary, that all the conditions related in the formation of a joint stock company has been fulfilled. So a statutory declaration that all the necessary conditions have been fulfilled has to be submitted. When the registrar they view these declaration, and if he is satisfied with all the conditions, that all the conditions have been fulfilled, they issue a certificate of commencement. On receiving the certificate of commencement, the public companies can can officially start their business, they can officially float their company. This is the reference link that I used for today's lecture. This is the reference book that I use for today's lecture. That's it for today. Thank you.